Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Dugout Football Channel. You are watching another video tonight. It is FA Cup quarter-finals. Yes, and we will also be looking at briefly at the seven Premier League fixtures as well. I do have to apologise. There is no Prem prediction show this week. That will be returning after the international break. But get your predictions down in the comments. Hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button. And we will start with the show. We will get on with the show. Yes, people. So there are four FA Cup ties this week. One on Saturday and three on Sunday. So we'll be looking at those games, and yes, we'll be looking at the seven Premier League fixtures that are taking place, especially one this evening in about an hour's time, where Nottingham Forest take on Newcastle as well. But let me say hello to a few of you because I have seen a few of you in here. Luca, hello mate, hope you're well. Saw your wee rant on Arsenal last night. Look, penalties at the end of the day, it's a 50-50 situation. Um, and unfortunately, Arsenal didn't, go through. But I think it's been a bit of a blessing in disguise, if I've got to be honest with you, because you would have had Juventus, and that's a tricky game. That would have been a very, very tricky game for sure. Hi, Reese Gaming Channel. Hope you are well, my friend. Hope you are good. Here we go. Hello, Chris. Good evening. Is this the Champions League prediction show? Whoops. Love you, Douglas. Thank you. What did Douglas say when he swam into the wall? Damn. Yeah. Hi, look, how's the process? Hi, Reese. Evening, Douglas and Chatters. Good evening, Douglas. Evening, all. Hey, James. Hi, Chris. Hope you're well. Hit the likes and subscribe, and what James said as well. But before we do start, obviously, you will have probably seen that, yes, I do have a bit of personal news to share with you. Yes, me and my lovely wife, Rebecca, are expecting our first child in September. Yes, yes, September the 26th, we're expecting our first child. Look, I'm absolutely over the moon. I've been on cloud nine since yesterday. I haven't came down from cloud nine, let me just be honest with you. But I just want to say a big, big thank you to everyone who's obviously sent us very, very best wishes. And the amount of messages I actually had to sort of reply to yesterday was absolutely fantastic. So I've got to say big, big thank you to everyone who has took the time out and messaged me, and obviously my lovely wife. But yes, very, 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 very happy news as well. That will mean that there will be a few things changing as well. So I will be speaking about that sort of towards the sort of next week. I am going to sort of work out what I'm going to be doing with the channel. Obviously, when we have baby as well, because this room is going to be the nursery. This room is going to be the nursery. So I don't know what we're going to what how I'm going to sort of do these pods. But I just want to say thank you to everybody who's sent us lovely messages, and yeah, bit exciting because it's been a bit of a whirlwind 12 months, I've got to say. Getting married in July, going on honeymoon, of course, turning 30, and now expecting our first child in September. So we haven't thought of any names yet. If anyone's wondering, we haven't thought of any names yet, but we will definitely be very interesting to say at the very, very least. Race Gaming Channel says, what happened with Crystal Palace? Yes, Patrick Vieira sacked on St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, I don't like that. I've got to be honest as well. I don't think I think Palace have made the right decision in getting rid of him. What I'm not so sure about is the man that could potentially be coming in to replace Patrick Vieira, Roy Hodgson. Yeah, Roy Hodgson could be going back to Crystal Palace. Make of that what you will. Make of that what you will. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. James, thank you as well. Henry Rebecca's in the chat. Hello. Thank you for coming into my chat. Much appreciated. No problem. No problem at all. I did see you were live, so I thought we'd pop in and say hello. New manager bounced to the Leicester game. Reese. Best news this week. Congratulations to Douglas and Rebecca. You made fantastic pairs. Thank you, Helen. I really do appreciate that. OMG, can you imagine your baby grew up being an Everton fan? That is not happening. And we've already bought wee outfits, and I can tell you something. One of them is a Liverpool kit. So yeah, I'm starting them young. You see, I'm starting them young. Chris is a good name for a boy. Yeah, I know. Nappies night feeds toy training all fun. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait to be a parent. I've got to be honest. Um, I've been told it's the best sort of job in the whole wide world being a dad. So that's definitely one thing. So Rich is in. Good evening, Rich. Hope you're good. Have a good wee break as well. Thank you for leaving me your predictions. So yes, Rich will not be joining me tonight. Neither will Dan, unfortunately. So you've only got me. You've only got me to listen to. But yeah, unfortunately, Dan had to pull out earlier today, and Rich obviously messaged me to say that he was travelling. So obviously, Rich, have a good wee break, and Dan, we are thinking of you, buddy. We are thinking of you as well. Reese Gaming Channel, thank you very much. Berget Baby used to it. The earlier the better. Combo Nursery and Football podcast. Interesting. Interesting to say the very, very least. Hi, Hella. Why sack him? A mid-table club, but currently mid-table. I don't know, but maybe it's because they are 5 points off Southampton, above Southampton, I should say. They are 5 points above Southampton, so I think they didn't win in 2023 as well. So that might have been another thing that it's a strange timing, especially with no sort of like window or transfer window to sort of come into. And to get rid of him on St. Patrick's Day, I thought was very, very harsh. Very, very harsh indeed. NSPCC, child cruelty. I'm not surprised if Vieira was sacked. I wasn't as well, James, but to sack him on St. Patrick's Day was a little bit low, I've got to say. Hi, Sebastian. Thank you for tuning in, mate. Are you going to name the child if it's a boy after your granddad's? That would be a lovely touch, but I don't know. I don't think we would, to be honest. I don't think we would. Oh, here we go. What do you call a can opener? That doesn't work. A can opener. These are getting worse and worse and worse. Best thing you ever be as a dad. Thank you very much. Cheers, no problem. Congrats on the child. Do you and Rebecca know? Yeah, we don't know yet. We don't know. But that was only our first scan yesterday. Was the 12-week scan yesterday. So we don't know yet. We don't know yet. Evening, Henry. Have you got over the Manchester game? Hella. Evening, Douglas. Congratulations on the news. Going to be an amazing parent. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. 9 matches left only. Just the time is about odd. Yeah, definitely. Please, Palace take Rodgers. Funnily enough, I did actually see on Twitter that a Palace fan actually wants Rodgers to get the better of Odsonne Edouard. I mean, it worked at Celtic because he actually had a team around him at Celtic. I don't think it's going to work with him at Crystal Palace. And anyway, I don't think Brendan Rodgers is going to be one of those ones that leaves. Anyway, Granda's a funny name for a child, isn't it? My granddad was called Sinclair. My granddad was called Sinclair, but it would be a lovely touch. But honestly, I haven't thought about it. I was just focused on obviously the first scan yesterday, and obviously the announcement as well. So no, definitely not. I move on quite quickly. Henry got lots of experience in these matters. Oh yeah, Liverpool, Manchester United, of course. Yeah, but anyway, enough about obviously my lovely news and as it is as well. But no, thank you very much to everyone who's congratulated both of us. We are in FA Cup quarterfinal predictions now. So leave your predictions in the chat or the comment section after the video has finished. So we have 4 ties. There is 1 on Saturday and then 3 on Sunday. So a 5:45 kickoff. Yeah, interesting kickoff time. So they're obviously allowing the Premier League games on the Saturday to play before the FA Cup tie. But the first game is Manchester City against Burnley. Now, Dan is going to kill me for this, but this is probably his reaction to when Burnley were drawn against Manchester City.
You're joking. Not another one? Oh, for God's sake, I can't stand this.
Because basically, when you think about it, Manchester City and Burnley seem to meet either in the FA Cup or they do seem to meet sporadically. And look, Manchester City have had a very good run. They beat Bristol City in the last round. Burnley did come through. In the end, I think it was a very, very late winner, I think, against Fleetwood Town as well. But Company has done really well at Burnley. I've got to say that. I've got to say this now. Company has done really, really well at Burnley. They're going to be coming up no matter what. I think they're only 2 or 3 wins away from actually sealing promotion or sealing a playoff place. I think it is anyway. But the more I watch Burnley, the more I look at them, and I think this is a team that's to be feared next season. I think Company has got them playing really, really well now. I think he is a ready-made replacement for Pep Guardiola whenever he decides to go. And I do think as well, I think Tottenham have been linked with Company as well. So you can see what Company's been sort of doing with his Burnley side. I look at this game and yes, there have been a couple of 5-0s in there between Manchester City and Burnley. But the more I look at it as well, the more I think that this could be an interesting tie because City, don't know what team they're going to be playing. I don't see Holland playing in this game. Look, let's be honest. Manchester City, next couple of games are going to be very, very key. They have Bayern Munich in the Champions League now, so that's going to be very, very intriguing. I can't see where Erling Holland plays in this game. I just can't. I think that Alvarez, who's obviously just signed a new contract, I think he will play. I think you'll see Ortega. But no matter what team Manchester City put out, you would expect them to win. You would expect them to win. But you have to say Burnley will give it a good go. They will certainly give it a very, very good go. But I've got to say this game. I will be thinking that if Burnley were to score first, then it makes it a very, very interesting game. But I just think City are going to be too strong. I can just see City being way too strong for Burnley. I will tell you what obviously Rich and Dan have said. Rich has said 3-1 to Manchester City. Dan has said 2-1 to Manchester City. But apparently he has 2-0 to Burnley in a bet. So, yeah, interesting. I don't think it's going to be 5-0 because I think Burnley will have to be more defensive than they have been, I think, as well. So that's going to make it very, very interesting. And City will have lion's share of the possession as well. If Burnley get chances, they do have to take them. I would have to say that. I'm going 2-0 Manchester City. I think what will happen is that Burnley might take them to 0-0 at half-time, and that would be very, very good. And then I just think the class of Manchester City will show in the end. But I'm going 2-0 to Manchester City. So let me know your predictions in this for this game as well. I do think I don't want to leave, but I could be. I think it could happen. Unfortunately. Hi, Spotcat. Yes. Real Madrid. Yes, I did see that. That is not an easy game at all. Lol. Good evening, Luke. Hope you're well. Yeah, kicking off in around 45 minutes' time against Newcastle United. That will be a very interesting game, to say the very, very least. So we will see. Hi, John. I am very well, my friend, and yeah, I am. I'm pretty buzzing, to be honest. Absolutely buzzing. Manchester City 2, Burnley nil, says Reese Gaming Channel. Ravi is in. Big up, Ravi. Hope you're well, my friend. James says Manchester City 2, Burnley 1. Definitely won't be 7-0. Burnley will give them a good game. Yeah, absolutely. My only worry is that if Burnley sort of attacks City, it could give them a bit more sort of possession. And Munich going back to Manchester City as well because he was at Manchester City for a while. So that could be very, very intriguing. That could be a very, very intriguing battle as well. Henry says hello to the chat. Evening, Henry. I can see Spurs losing 1-0. Well, we will get to Spurs in the Premier League predictions, sure. I'm hoping Clarets will rattle City as underdogs. Yeah, look, I think it's going to be a good game tomorrow. BBC One tomorrow, so that'll be a very, very interesting clash between those two. I'm looking forward to that game, actually. Looking forward to it as well. Hi, James. Shane's in. Hello, Shane. Hope you're good. Man City 3, Burnley 2. I was thinking of an upset, but I won't say it. I can see City winning, but not high scoring 2-0. Burnley can cause loads of trouble. 1-0 Burnley. Ooh, hella, hella, hella. That would be interesting if that happens. Burnley 1-0 give us the FA Cup. All the stories would be about Vincent Kompany returning, so that could play a part. Yeah, that could easily play a part, definitely. Yeah, it's just news of LFC era. Oh. Look, I've got to be honest. The Bellingham news is getting boring, boring, boring. Right? If we get him, we get him. Okay, if we get him, we get him. If we don't, we don't, and we move on to other targets. Definitely. Man City 2-1. We're making my way to the glorious City ground shortly. Yeah, 8 o'clock kickoff, isn't it? Sky Sports. I'll try and watch that if I can. What do you make of the Champions League draws? Milan has been drawn together. Yeah, it's AC Milan, Napoli, Inter Milan, Benfica, Real Madrid, Chelsea, Manchester City, Bayern Munich, and then yeah, the two Milan clubs could face each other, but I've got to be honest. I look at that. I look at Napoli at the moment, and they are a team to beat. They are a very, very good team to play against right now. Yeah, I think Napoli could be in the final, folks. I really do. I really do. Hi, Adito. Hope you're good. I hope Man City reach the final, so Arsenal win the league and Napoli beat them in the final. I know that'd be funny. Bellingham news is really no news, and United apparently are bidding for him. I see him going south, not north. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But I've got Manchester City 2, Burnley 0 for that one. So we'll move into the Sunday games now. We'll move on to the Sunday games, and we will face an old championship clash. Yes, these two have been trying to. Well, Sheffield United are second in the Premier the Championship. Blackburn are just inside the playoffs. So going to be an interesting game. Sheffield United's form recently hasn't been great. Beating Tottenham in the last round was excellent. I've got to say they played very, very well against Tottenham. Blackburn's form is hit and miss as well. So this could be a game where you'd be like, okay, you've got a chance to go to Wembley. You've got a chance to maybe upset the odds and go on and win this trophy. This is going to be an interesting clash because Sheffield United at home are pretty good. We've got to say that. But Blackburn did beat Leicester City in the last round, and that was a very, very good result for Blackburn. I've got to say. It's not a championship affair. Do I think both of these sides will be in the Premier League come May? Not sure. Maybe one of them. Maybe one of them. I mean, we're obviously seeing Sheffield United sort of falter over the finish line. They're sort of getting towards. Well, look, they're not going to catch Burnley. Let me just say that they're not going to catch Burnley, but They might get second. They might get second, but Michael Carrick's Middlesbrough are coming in from behind. You have to say. Um, this is a really tough one to call. I mean, let's have a look at what Rich and Dan have said. Rich has gone 2-1 Sheffield United, and Dan, obviously, being Burnley, because this weekend would have actually been Blackburn against Burnley, but because of the FA Cup, it's had to be moved. I think this could go all the way, and I'm going to go 1-1, 1-1, and I'm going for Blackburn after extra time. Yeah, I think Blackburn could go through that. I think Sheffield United have a choice. Do they want to go on a cup run? And obviously they're very, very close to Wembley. Or do they want to focus on getting second and getting that automatic promotion spot sewn up? I think that they will do that. So I'm going Sheffield United 1, Blackburn 1. And I'm going to go Blackburn after extra time. Sorry, Dan, if you are watching. I know you probably won't, but we shall see indeed. Let me say hello. Let me see what some of you are saying. Man City 2-1. I think I've read that one. I think I have read that one. So here we go. Hell is saying 3-1 to Sheffield United. Well, anyone not choose a Premier League club over Liverpool, I think he'll go to Madrid if they are in for him. Yeah, there is talk about potentially Holland going to Real Madrid, but I think that's all rubbish, to be honest with you. Sheffield United 1, Blackburn 0. I was thinking of going with Blackburn, but the fact is at Bramall Lane, I'd go with Sheffield United to edge it. Yeah, difficult one to call that one. Difficult call to that one. Sheffield win, please, 2-1. Okay. John, thank you very much for the super chat, my friend. I really do appreciate that. Will I be watching Ireland, England in the rugby tomorrow? The answer is yes, and I'll be hoping that Ireland win. Happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way, to everyone, every Ireland fan out there. Yes, happy St. Patrick's Day. But yes, I will be watching that game tomorrow, and I will be watching the Scotland Italy game as well. So I will be watching that. But no, thank you very much for the super chat, my friend. I really do appreciate that. Sheffield 1-1 Blackburn in extra time. So there, Shane has agreed with me. Race is going Blackburn to win on pens. Is this because Dan's not here that we're all going for Blackburn wins? Again, sorry, Dan, if you are watching. I think Burnley are good enough to do both. Tella is hot. Yes, yeah, he's great. He's a great wee player. I have to say. So Sheffield United 1, Blackburn 1. I'm going Blackburn after extra time. Yeah, absolute pleasure. Absolute thank you for that. I really do appreciate that as well. So the next game is, I think it's a 2 o'clock kickoff. It's Brighton of Albion against Grimsby Town. Yes, Brighton still going strong. Still going strong in the FA Cup. Yeah, they beat Stoke last round, didn't they? It was a 1-0 win over Stoke. Evan Ferguson got the goal. Grimsby knocked out Southampton. Well done, Grimsby. Well done, the Mariners. Well, is it the Mariners or is it the Shrimps? I can't remember. I can't remember if it's the Mariners. I think it's the Mariners. But this is, I think, where the fairy tale story is going to probably come into an end. Look, Grimsby Town making the quarterfinals is absolutely magnificent for a League Two side. They've been fantastic in this competition. And obviously beating Southampton was very, very impressive as well. But Brighton are on a mission this season. They're on a mission to get a top 4. They're on a mission to get a European place, and they're also on a mission to win a trophy. And that's something that Brighton fans would have probably dreamt of at the start of the season. But even with the likes of like Mitoma maybe getting rested or McAllister getting rested, I think Brighton will have way too much for Grimsby Town. I really, really do. But I've got to be honest, I am very, very impressed with the way Grimsby have done this season in the FA Cup, but I just think Brighton will be too strong for Grimsby. I'm going to go. Do I see Grimsby getting a goal? This is. I'll give them a go, but I think I think this could be a foregone conclusion. I'm going to go 4-1 Brighton. I think Brighton could score a couple of goals. I'm going to go 4-1. But then again, I did underestimate Grimsby going to Southampton and not winning there. So maybe I've underestimated them again, but I just think Brighton are just a little bit class above Southampton at this moment in time. So I'm going to go 4-1 to Brighton. Rich has gone 3-0 to Brighton, and Dan has gone 3-1 to Brighton. So it's a full house of Brighton wins, to say the very, very least. Brighton 3, Grimsby 1. It'd be amazing if Grimsby did pull off another upset, but Brighton at home are too strong. Absolutely, they are. They are very, very good at home as well. The Annex is a bit of a fortress now, it has to be said. And I'm very, very happy for the Brighton supporters, I've got to say. They have been fabulous this season. They really, really have. Shane's gone 3-0 to Brighton. What time does the Six Nations kick off? Got a new TV delivered and the media furniture will be assembled tomorrow. Right. So as far as I know, Scotland Italy is 12:30, I think. Then I want to say that it is France Wales at 4:45. Then it will be Ireland England later on in the evening, I think, but I could be completely wrong with that. So don't quote me or that anyway. But that's my understanding anyway. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe Ireland England's the one at 5 o'clock, and then France Wales is later on. But I'm gonna say that I think Ireland England is the last game. I think it's the last game on the Saturday. On paper, it would be Brighton with me, Tom and McAllister. But in the cup, there are upsets, so I'm going with Grimsby to cause an upset. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. John Comer's gone 4-0 Brighton, as has Reese Gaming Channel. 4 p.m., I think, Hella. 3-1 Brighton, says Hella. Okay, thanks, Henry. Should be done by then. Evening, Hannah. Thank you very much. Also, thank you very much for your lovely message I got this morning. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. That's the Ireland game at 4 p.m. The other game is before that. Ireland's at 4 p.m. Right. Okay. Thank you for that. I wasn't sure. All matches tomorrow. Yeah, definitely. Hello, Elevator. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. I love the Champions League draw this time. I've got to say it is very wide open. Any one of those sides could win it. Real Madrid, Chelsea. Look, that's not a foregone conclusion. City, Bayern. That's going to be a good game. Milan, Napoli. That's a very, very good one as well. And Inter Milan, Benfica. I think these four ties are wide open, and I'm really looking forward to seeing all four ties on those games. I really, really am. I think there'll be some very, very interesting games. Definitely. Ireland England kickoff is 5 p.m. Thanks, John. Thank you. Brighton 5, Grimsby 0. And quite frankly, on the Deserby, I actually think Brighton will win the FA Cup. I think they're getting towards it. I think they're definitely getting towards it. And Hannah said, looking forward to the City Bayern game. As am I. Yes. Sadio Mane to be the match winner. That would be good. That would be very, very good, to say the very, very least. But we do have one more FA Cup tie, and it is a 4:30 kickoff on the Sunday. It is Manchester United against Fulham, all Premier League clash. Manchester United winning in Betis last night. I've got to say, I thought Betis for most of that game. I thought they pressurised Manchester United, but I don't think they were sort of really close to coming to score. Apart from one where Harry Maguire allows one of the Betis players to go past them very, very quickly, and that just goes wide. But Rashford blazed the shot over the bar, and then 2 seconds later scored an absolute beauty. And the form he's in as well is very, very good. Now look, United have won the Carabao Cup, you'd have to say as well. Fulham, I know they've had two big defeats in a row against Brentford and Arsenal. They were very, very two difficult games, but this Fulham side is a very, very good opposition. Very, very good opposition for anybody this season. And Marco Silva has really got them playing. He has really, really got them playing. Man United will be obviously fresh. They are missing Casemiro. Casemiro is going to be missing this game. But Manchester United should have way too much. They should have way too much for Fulham, especially with it being at home. However, West Ham did actually play them very, very close to getting a draw and taking them to extra time last time out. So I think there's going to be goals in this game. I think there is going to be goals in this game. I see United tipping it, but I'm going to go. This is tricky because Fulham do score goals. Fulham do score goals. I'm going 3-2 Manchester United. I think there's going to be goals in that game. I really do. Actually, no. 2-1. 2-1. I'll go 2-1 Manchester United. I think they'll get it done in 90 minutes, but not going to be an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. Let me just say that. So let's see what some of you are saying for this one. Elevator says, my prediction is Real Madrid, Bayern, and Napoli versus Benfica as the semi-finals. The final will be Bayern, Napoli, and Napoli will win. Ooh, interesting. Interesting to say the very, very least. Yes, we love Sadio to knock City out. James got Man United 3, Fulham 2. I can see United being a bit sloppy in this game, but at home they are strong as well. Yeah, they are. There's a Fulham to win 7-0. Hannah, I love your thinking. Don't see it happening, I'm afraid. Interesting one. I can see Fulham beating United, but I think 1-0 United. Interesting. John Conway's going for 2-1 Fulham. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting to say the very, very least. Manchester United 1-1, says Reese Gaming Channel. That midfield won't be the same. No, definitely not. Definitely not. For the other games, I'll say 5-0 City. Their usual against Burnley then. And 1-0 Sheffield United. Paulinho and Mitrovic. Yeah, Paulinho is a good player. A very good player. No walk in the park this one, and our players only get 2 days to recover, train. Yeah, I know. That's going to be an interesting one. I'm surprised they moved that to the Monday, but obviously we've been in the international break, and I can understand that definitely. Manchester win the FA Cup as well. Also, LFC won't be here the last of it, just as the LFC did the same. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to go 2-1 Manchester United. Rich is going 2-1 United as well, so he agrees with me. Dan has gone 0-0 and then United in extra time. Possible. Thoughts on Sporting knocking Arsenal out of the Europa League? Goncalves' goal was an absolute screamer. That was a screamer. What the hell was Aaron Ramsdale doing? He is so far off his lane. Look, it's a fantastic goal from Goncalves. I'm not taking anything away from it, but you look at Ramsdale's positioning, and that was very, very bad. Very, very bad to say the very, very least. But we will definitely get there. Bragging rights, unfortunately, hell, yeah, exactly. So my FA Cup predictions are as follows: Manchester City 2, Burnley 0, Sheffield United 1, Blackburn 1, Blackburn in extra time, Brighton 4, Grimsby 1, and Manchester United 2, Fulham 1. So there are my FA Cup predictions. We are going to go through the Premier League games as well. I did say we will go through that as well. Oh, I know, Henry. The ideal FA Cup final would be Brighton Fulham. That would be worth watching. It would be. Certainly would be. Hi, Nippon. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. Right, we'll go through these as briefly as possible. Well, actually, no. I will talk about these, and then guys, get your predictions in the comment section or in the live chat, and we will go through these one by one. So the first game. Thank you, Nippon. Thanks. I did just say that. Thank you very much as well. Dinner time, no problem, Henry, and evening, Nippon. So Premier League, New Nottingham Forest against Newcastle United. Forest last game they did lose 3-1 to Tottenham. Newcastle's last game 2-1 against Wolves. Now, apart from obviously Joe Worrell's goal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I didn't think Nottingham Forest were great. Um, and look, they have only scored 4 goals away from home. I think it's only 4 goals away from home. So I look at that game. I look at tonight's game, and Newcastle are missing a couple of players. They are missing. Scher's missing. Almiron's missing. There's another one that's missing. Wilson's missing. So that could be interesting. That could be very, very interesting to say the very, very least. If it was me, I look at these two sides. Apparently, Brendan Johnson might be missing for. Not obviously, I don't know. Luke, if you're still in the chat, let me know if Brendan Johnson's missing. Is that the City ground, Nippon? Is that the City ground? Obviously, the best result for Tottenham and Liverpool would definitely be a draw. But I think Newcastle will scrape this one. I'm going to go 2-1 to Newcastle. I just think that they still have St. Maximan. Isaac can score goals as well. I think they'll be too strong for Nottingham Forest. I think they'll be way too strong for Nottingham Forest, but we shall see. Thank you, United 58. Thank you very much. I think that is talk. Am I right in saying? I think that is talk. Hope you're well, mate. Thank you for tuning in. Liverpool not playing for another 16 days, I believe, away at the Etihad. Yes, absolutely. James has gone 1-1 for Forest Newcastle. Chow Chan Douglas, thank you for the stream. No problem, Henry. No problem at all. Hella saying 2-0 to Newcastle. Yeah, well, to say that I have bought a Liverpool outfit for the baby. Exactly. No argument there. Forest 0, Newcastle 2. Hannah's got 0-0 draw written all over it. Interesting. It's at the City ground. 2-1 Newcastle, but I hope I'm wrong. As the Forest one would leave an open a gap for Liverpool top. Yeah, for top 4 for Liverpool. Yeah, definitely. And Nippon is going for 2-1 to Newcastle as well. Saturday games, no Aston Villa against Bournemouth. Ooh. Well, kudos to Bournemouth. They did beat Liverpool 1-0 last time out, and they deserved it. They absolutely did deserve it. They played very, very well. Philip Billing, the goal scorer, there as well. Aston Villa 1-1 with West Ham. Yeah, West Ham I thought were the better team. I thought they were the better team in that game. And you know what? Watkins is scoring goals for fun. He really, really is. Watkins is scoring goals for fun at this moment in time. But Bournemouth have a good record against Aston Villa. They have only lost one game, and I believe there was a season that they came up 15-16, the first time. The first time that they came up was 15-16. And I think they lost 1-0 at the Vitality Stadium. So they've had a good record recently against Aston Villa. Believe it or not, I actually fancy Bournemouth to get something in this game. And I'm going to go for them to win. And that would be massive for the bottom 3. It would be massive for the bottom 3. I'm going Aston Villa 0, Bournemouth 1. I think Bournemouth are going to win this game. And look, I have actually put Watkins and Billing in my fantasy football team this week because I just have a feeling that one of them could score, one of them could maybe assist as well. So I am going to go for a 1-0 win to the Cherries in that one. Now, dear mate, Real Madrid Nah. Real Madrid, Inter Milan, Napoli, Bayern. I think City getting Bayern is a problem. I think City getting Bayern is a big problem. So yeah, I'll say Real Madrid, Napoli, Inter Milan, and Bayern as well. James is going to Aston Villa 2, Bournemouth nil. Thank you, Nipun. Yeah, I'm going to the Scotland Cyprus game next Saturday as well. 2-1 to Newcastle, says Nadir. 1-1 between Aston Villa and Bournemouth. West Ham were unlucky not to come away with all 3 points. Yeah, I thought they played very well in that game, and they seem to be on a bit of a high as well. They go Ghent in the Conference League. That will not be an easy game for them, but I fully expect them to get through that as well. Villa 1, Bournemouth 1. Aston Villa 1, Bournemouth nil. Says Reese Gaming Channel. Aston Villa 2, Bournemouth 1. No one's going for a Bournemouth win, I see. 1-1 draw. I wish Liverpool could have been here, but Madrid had to ruin the party. We were crap, to be honest. City, Real Madrid, Inter Milan, and Napoli. Interesting, Nippon. Very interesting as well. Let me just take a wee drink. So, so that is that one. Brentford against Leicester City. Brentford, well, they did lose to Everton 1-0, but they did get back with a 2-0 win over Southampton. And yeah, Ivan Toney and Vissa, those two seem to be scoring the goals recently for Brentford. And I can honestly say this as well. Brentford have been fabulous. They have been fabulous this season. What the hell is going on at Leicester, though? 3-1 defeat against Chelsea. And you're even allowing Ben Chilwell to score against you for his former club. Defensively, Leicester have been a shambles all season. Danny Ward is injured as well, so we might see Daniel Iverson come in. I think if we see Daniel Iverson come in, then it could be a very interesting game. But the way Brentford are playing and the way Brentford are playing at the Brentford Community Stadium just makes me think Brentford will be too strong for Leicester. And I think it's going to be another clean sheet. I think it's going to be another clean sheet. I think David Raya is a fantastic goalkeeper. And I'm going to say the Brentford win this 2-0. I'm going to say Brentford win this 2-0. And I think that it will move Leicester ever so closer towards that relegation zone. Now, people said Ranieri was sacked for less. Puel was sacked for less. Rodgers is still at the club. Now, yes, you can say £10 million payoff. Surely Leicester can, go and pay that. If I'm being honest, I can't see Brendan Rodgers being Leicester City manager very much soon. So I'm going 2-0 Brentford. I think Brentford will be way too strong. Way too strong for Leicester City as well. Oh, I've read that one there. Hella says 2-0 to Brentford. I don't think people should underestimate Benfica. They've got a good squad. Jair Mario, Gonçalo Ramos, Rafa Silva, Nicolas Otamendi. They've got a decent squad that could do well. Yeah, they certainly do. Certainly do. Brentford 2, Leicester 0. Brentford 2, Leicester 1. Rodgers last game possibly. Can't see anything but a win for Brentford. I'm exactly the same, James. I'm exactly the same. Definitely. I think this finished 2-2 the last time, I think, between the sides. Even though I rate Bayern Munich's team, I just feel Pep's tactics will be a little too much for Julian Nagelsmann. This is going to be a thrashing, says Oliver. Brentford 4, Leicester 0. I think if they lose 4-0, I think Rodgers is gone. Definitely. The fans are definitely turning on Rodgers, and this is where I think it sort of gets towards that stage of you need to part ways if it's getting very toxic between the fans, the manager, the play. I don't think he's lost the dressing room yet, but I think it's coming towards that moment. I think it is coming towards that moment, especially with Harvey Barnes and James Maddison potentially being rumored to be leaving in the summer as well. So we shall see. We shall see indeed. B's 2, Leicester 1, says Nippon. Hi, Jordan. Thank you for tuning in. Patrick Vieira was sacked today. Rodgers is next on Sunday, in my opinion. Well, only time will tell. We've got a game in the St. Mary's, Southampton against Tottenham. Yeah, Southampton are a weird team. They're very, very weird. And look, I think we have to say that Southampton are a very, very intriguing side. And 0-0 against Manchester United doesn't tell the whole story. Now, on another day, if that is 11 against 11, I doubt Southampton would win that game. But the fact it was 10 against 11, Manchester United will obviously be down to 10 because of Casemiro. Now, I think we've seen a tackle earlier this week. Was it, who was it? Was it Mara on a Brentford player? I think it was. Honestly, I think the referee in this country is absolutely ridiculous. But I don't want to be sort of dominating my shows with speaking about referees. That's something I don't want to be doing. This game, however, obviously Tottenham did beat Nottingham Forest 3-1, but their away form is absolutely pants. Absolutely pants. And a win for Saints would be very, very interesting because it would take Southampton further towards Leicester. It would take them towards the other teams up there. And then, they'd be only 2 points behind Palace as well. So, how do I see this going? Tottenham, inconsistent. Spurs being Spursy as well. Richarlison must be the unluckiest man on the pitch right now. Yeah. I look at this game, right? And for me, I think Southampton win this. I think Southampton win this. And it would not surprise me if they did. Would not surprise me if they did. I'm going 2-1 Southampton. I think Harry Kane will get his usual goal against Southampton, but that Spurs defence can be got at. That Spurs defence can be got at. And I tell you something, if Southampton win that game, gets them ever so closer towards the teams that we thought were maybe safe. So I'm going 2-1 Southampton. Let me know your thoughts on this game because I think this is a really tricky game to call. Rodgers has looked disinterested for a while now. Yep, he certainly has. Southampton 0, Spurs 2, says Elevator. James is going 1-1. I wouldn't be shocked if Southampton win this one. Tottenham are too inconsistent. Absolutely. Absolutely are as well. God, I want Southampton win 1-0 Southampton. Yes. I know Hella absolutely despises Tottenham. Absolutely despises Tottenham. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Brian. Brian Morrissey. Hello, my friend. Hope you're well. And thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Yeah, what was it you said? Little feet. Yes. Yep. Little feet. Absolutely. Thank you again, mate. Thank you again. Yes. How was Pereira not sent off for Joe Felix challenge? And yet Casemiro gets sent off for a similar tackle. And there was one from Southampton Brentford. I can't remember who it was. It was Norgard who was obviously on the end of the challenge. I can't remember who it was. I want to say Mara, but I don't think it was. Maybe Lavia. Maybe I'm not sure, but consistency is out the window with these referees. It certainly is. Tottenham and Liverpool on a similar level at the moment. Yeah. Relegation battle this season is hot. It certainly is. Certainly is indeed. Southampton 1, Tottenham 1, says Nippon. 2-0 Spurs, says Brian. The bottom 9 teams are all in it. Absolutely. This relegation battle is reminding me of the 10-11 season where there were 5 teams that were battling to survive on the final day. We may be getting that kind of situation. Say not playing this weekend, Arsenal could go 8 points clear with a win over Palace. Yep, it certainly could. They certainly could. Well, if you talked about the relegation battle hotting up, this game Wolves against Leeds. Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting game. Now, don't be surprised if there is less than 2 goals in this game, okay? Wolves, very, very good at home, very good defensively. Leeds, not the best away, but they do score goals. And I look at this game as well, and it's going to be a very intriguing game because if Leeds were to win, then it puts the cat amongst the pigeons again, definitely. Because it would climb them into the sort of, it would get them out of the relegation zone. I think it would move Leicester in there, to be honest. I think it would. Um, I've got to say this as well. I think Sarabia has been a very good signing for Wolves. Adama Traore seems to be playing well for Wolves as well. Leeds have obviously got the American contingent of McKennie, Adams, Aronson as well. I think this will be a very, very close one. But I'm going to go 1-0 to Wolves. Just because it's at Molyneux. I think if it was at Ellen Road, and obviously earlier in the season, Leeds did actually win this game 2-1. This was when Bruno Lage was in charge of Wolves, and obviously started to get pear-shaped for him as well. So I will say 1-0 Wolves. I'm going to go 1-0 to Wolves in this one. And that would keep, obviously, Leeds in the bottom three for sure. No worries, Cat. No worries at all. I think Nottingham Forest will finish 16th, but 2 points clear of bottom place Southampton. It's getting really, really tight down there. And we'll tell you, they've wanted Brendan out for so long now, they've stopped saying it. I'm not surprised. Chris, Listen Till I Die, he wants Rodgers gone as well. Um, yeah, it's getting very toxic over there. Definitely getting very, very toxic over there. Oliver says 2-1 Wolves, as does Hella. James agrees with me, 1-0 Wolves. Thank you, Douglas. You're doing Premier League predictions, no problem. Yeah, just apologies, obviously, about the Premier prediction show, but that will be back. That will definitely be back after the international break. Definitely. But game of chance to go to a 1-1 draw. That could be a possibility. That could be a very, very possibility. Wolves did actually win. No, sorry, Leeds won 3-2 last season. This was sort of when they sort of started their great escape from the drop. Yep, Forest Newcastle about to kick off in about 8 minutes. And 0-0. Yep. This is Brian. Did you see Graham Potter answer to? Yes, I did. I did. He swore. He swore. He swore pretty badly, didn't he? He certainly did. 2-0 to Wolves, I think Sportcast says. Chelsea Everton. Chelsea have picked up recently, and I expected them to pick up eventually. Potter looks like he has now got them playing. Have they turned the corner? I think it's still too early to say for Chelsea. But this is the best game for them at the weekend. Everton's away form is absolutely shocking. And we know what I don't actually think Everton have won at Chelsea since 1995. 1994. Thank you, James. I just did see that. And unfortunately, I just don't see it. I just don't see it continuing. Uh, I can see it continuing. Sorry, I should say, because Chelsea, for me, I think they beat Everton. I think they beat Everton comfortably. I'm sorry to say. I mean, Sportcast says Chelsea are cooking. I think you are cooking, but I wouldn't get ahead of yourselves yet because I still think that I still think your defense can be got at. I do think your defense could be got at. But I can't see Everton scoring. Sorry, James. I really don't see it. I'm going 3-0 Chelsea. I think Chelsea could. Um, I think Chelsea could win this one comfortably. But Sean Dyche will definitely do them a world of good. Definitely. So I'm going to go. I'm going to go 3-0 Chelsea. I think this will be a comfortable win for the Blues. We're cooking. Chelsea won Everton. Now, can't see this being a great game, and we haven't won a Stamford Bridge in the league since 1994. Not really confident, to be honest. We've gone to a three at the back, which is working. Chelsea is starting to come back into form, similar to Liverpool. I'm going Chelsea 2, Everton 1. You know, a 4-0 Chelsea. Sorry, James. Last time, however, they faced at the bridge, it ended in a 1-1 draw. We have to rely on our home form again to somehow stay up. Brian says Chilwell is flying. He is. He's been fabulous. He has been really, really good recently. Chilwell. It annoys me. It's all good sport, Cat. Hella says 2-0 Chelsea. Chelsea and Everton fans in the chat. Yeah, absolutely. I've never been so optimistic, says Sport Cat. And the final game before I do leave you for the and Brian actually has said 3-0 Chelsea as well. So there we go. The final game, Arsenal against Crystal Palace. Wounded Arsenal against Crystal Palace. This is an interesting game because Patrick Vieira has now gone. I don't think Roy Hodgson will be in charge of Palace the weekend. By the way, guys, if you have come in late, the news is apparently Roy Hodgson is in talks of going back to Crystal Palace. Give me a break over that one. I do think if Vieira was in charge, I think Arsenal would win this very, very comfortably. But the more I see it, Arsenal are dropping like flies. What do you think? Well, help. Saliba got injured last night as well. So it'll be interesting to see how long he's out for. Jesus has obviously came back as well. But there's a chance to go 8 points clear before Manchester City play again. Now, Manchester City will obviously have a game in hand. But if they win this game, Arsenal are 8 points clear before Manchester City play again, and they play Liverpool, and that could be very, very interesting to say the very least. Do I think it was the right decision to sack Patrick Vieira? No one's in 2023, and to sack him on St Patrick's Day, as I've said, I think was very, very low. But I do think it was the right decision because they haven't. I don't think Patrick Vieira got a plan B. I don't think he got a plan B. So I think that's something as well that I think that's why he's gone. But Arsenal don't have the best record against Palace. It's got to be said, but you would expect them to win. I think Palace will nab a goal. I think they will grab a goal. I am going 3-1 Arsenal. I think it won't be comfortable to begin with, but I think as the game goes on, I think Arsenal will tire out Crystal Palace, and I do think that they will win comfortably, to say the very, very least. Let's see hello say what you guys are saying. Any decent side stops everyone scoring. Hi Arpon, thank you for tuning in, mate. Do you think Vieira's sack was a good decision? The more I think of it now, I think it's the correct decision, but it is a very harsh one. And as Hella said earlier, what's the point in sacking him with 10 games to go? It's very strange, very, very strange as well. Nothing up front. Arsenal 3, Crystal Palace 0. Despite Vieira being sacked, Arsenal for me at home are too strong. Arsenal 3, Crystal Palace 1. Palace will take the lead through Iberici, Eze, and Saka will score a brace, and Martinelli will add a third in the 83rd minute. Arsenal can now focus on the Premier League. A very open draw, Sportcat. Very open draw indeed, and it's going to be an interesting draw to say the very, very least. Milan Napoli, looking forward to that. Inter Milan Benfica, looking forward to that. Real Madrid Chelsea, looking forward to that. City against Bayern, looking forward to that. Hodgson will only be in charge to the end of the season. Palace are clear in panic mode here. Yeah, exactly, because I think they will see the Premier League table and think, right, we need to get a few more results. But they've got a favourable run-in coming up, so maybe the decision to sack Vieira may have been a bit hasty. Yeah, cost of game in Europe. Arsenal 3, Palace 1. Got a few injuries in the Arsenal squad now, but they're sadly too strong at the Emirates. Yeah, definitely. Tomiyasu injured as well. Ooh, crikey. 3-0 Arsenal. I think they should have given 2 more games. Why do Real Madrid always get an English team? It's just that, just the way it is. Any chance you get past Real Madrid? Possibly. I just think they're good. They're going to be way too strong. Second beer was harsh but understandable. It's a results-based business, isn't it, Hannah? It's a results-based business, unfortunately, and it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things as well. But guys, there we go. We've done the FA Cup. We've done the Premier League predictions for this weekend. So yeah, I'll go through my predictions for the FA Cup quickly. 2-0 City against Burnley. 1-1 Sheffield United Blackburn. I'm going to go for Blackburn to go through in extra time. Brighton 4, Grimsby 1. Man United 2, Fulham 1. And in the Premier League, Nottingham Forest 1, Newcastle 2. Aston Villa 0, Bournemouth 1. Brentford 2, Leicester 0. Southampton 2, Tottenham 1. Wolves 1, Leeds 0. Chelsea 3, Everton 0. And as well, Arsenal 3, Palace 1. So we will see what will happen as well. But guys, thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate everyone who's tuned in tonight. Do leave your predictions in the comment section down below. If you want to leave for the FA Cup, feel free to leave it for the FA Cup. If you want to leave your predictions for the Premier League, please do leave for the Premier League as well. But thank you very much for watching. And I will go through your very last few comments before I do head off. And then obviously you can go and watch Nottingham Forest Newcastle. Should be a very, very interesting one. Hopefully, Oliveira Kante is back. Few names were dotted around for the Palace job. Rafa Benitez, Ralph Hasenhüttl, and Nuno Espirito Santo. Draw is brilliant. Guaranteed one of the smaller teams in the final. Yeah, I really like that. I really like that as well. I'm back in Benfica. Ooh, interesting. Great show, Douglas. Thanks. No problem, Hannah. Thank you, Douglas. Enjoy the football and/or rugby, everyone. Thank you, Hella. Napoli is going to the final, I think. I have Napoli as the winner, says Hella. I think everyone would probably want Napoli to win it anyway. But enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your St. Paddy's weekend. Come on, Ireland. Come on and get the Grand Slam after you beat Scotland last week as well. Please go and get the Grand Slam. That'd be absolutely fantastic if you could. And obviously, good luck to Scotland tomorrow against Italy. As well. But enjoy the FA Cup, enjoy the Premier League. Should be a fabulous weekend of sport as well. And a big thank you to everyone who is obviously congratulating me for obviously the news that I did share early on in the stream. But thank you very much for watching. Leave your predictions down in the comment section, and I'll see you very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Good night.